There are two ferry services that operate in the Cook Strait, one that takes you from Wellington to Picton and the other that takes you from Wellington to Nelson. That's Interislander and Bluebridge. So which is best? Well, it all depends on what you're after. If you want to get there quick, then the Bluebridge is the way to go. They have a fast ferry that does the trip in just 3 hours and 15 minutes. The downside is that it's a big boat with no sailings in the evening. So if you're looking for some dinner options, you might be out of luck. And it's not as scenic as the Interislander, which has more sailings throughout the day, including an early morning and late night one. It also has a much more scenic route, taking you right up close to the Marlborough Sounds. You can choose between a range of cabins, vehicle options and seating classes, economy, business and first class. There's something for everyone. They even have a cafe and bar on board. But the downside of all this choice is that it's more expensive than Bluebridge. A standard return ticket for a car and 2 people will set you back around $700. A foot passenger will pay around $200 for a round trip. Bluebridge, on the other hand, is half the price for a vehicle and driver, but only one person is included in that fare. Extra passengers will cost $68 each. There are no cafes or bars on board, just a toilet and a duty-free shop. And you won't get any of the fancy seating options like you do on Interislander. If you're really tight on cash, then there's always the option of catching the stray ferries. They're a lot slower, taking around 8 hours, but they only cost $35 for a car and driver. So to summarize, if you're after a cheap trip across the Cook Strait, then go with Bluebridge. If you want more options, a more scenic route, and you don't mind paying for it, then go with Interislander. If you liked it, please follow for more updates. Visit www.travelersguides.com.